going on? So I'm here at my friend's house. We're going to be doing some brakes today. I got the Power Stop kit. The Z23 kit has slotted rotors and carbon fiber ceramic pads. Give me a lot of stopping power. The Fiesta has pretty good stopping power from factory, but this will be a little better, and wheels will stay clean. With the new wheels that we put on, the 1552s are a pain in the butt to clean. So this will be helpful in the future. This is everything we have. I'm not gonna really tear it apart here, but rotors, front and rear. Got our pads, Evolution, Power Stop, Z23 as you can see down there. I didn't go Z26 because that's for like track cars and I'm just dailing it. So we got our brake clean and possibly grease. Alright, first thing we're going to do after we've jacked the car up is go ahead and take the wheel off. Next we're going to put a pair of adjustable wrench on the inner bolt as we spin out the outside caliper bolt. Is a 13 millimeter. After you get those bolts free, you can take the top half of the caliper off and just put it out of the way for right now. I'm going to take the old pads out. Now we need to take the two bolts on the back of the caliper bracket. Those are also 13s. Just zip those off. Once you zip both of those off, the caliper bracket will be free, as well as the rotor. We had to bang ours a little bit. You may also have to do that. It's just the rust and all that type of stuff keeps it from coming off. So now we have the new disc. Go ahead and spray it off. It has a waxy coating on it from factory, so you just gotta spray that off. Be sure to put some cardboard down so it doesn't drip on your driveway. I'm going to go ahead and put on the bottom half of the caliper bracket. Just put the bolts back in just so that it sits in the right location. Next we're going to go ahead and grab our pads after we get this tightened up. So here's our new pad, the carbon fiber ceramic, so it's going to be less dust, which is great for having wheels like I have. Go ahead and grease the back of the pad just to help with sound and all that type of stuff. Some people don't do it, some people do it. I just went ahead and did it just to be safe. Don't want to end up with some weird sound. So go ahead and push the piston back in after that using the C-clamp. Once you have it pushed in far enough, it'll fit right over top of the brake pads. And then you are ready to go ahead and put the caliper bolts back in. Go ahead and check the disc, make sure that it spins and there's no issues there after you get everything tight. Just make sure it doesn't rub or anything like that. Go ahead and make sure everything is tight, because the last thing you need is this to come apart. After everything's tight, go ahead and put your wheel back on, put the bolts back on. And that's it. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. The front's pretty simple. The rear is the only part that we had some problems with. Alright, so I did not have the right part to do the rear, so I had to do it a couple days later. There's a part that I had to rent from AutoZone that has basically we spun it back with the C-clamp before. This one actually spins and pushes in at the same time. Anyways, so basically it's the same operations as previously. You gotta have the adjustable wrench as well as the 13 mil to get the bolt out. Make sure you release your e-brake. We forgot to do that. That's why it kind of pops off. After you get the caliper bolts off and out of the way, you can go ahead and take the bracket off, same as the rear. And then just wiggle the disc and it should come right off. This one was pretty bad. The rears were the main problem. for this car. Spray the disc off, make sure it's clean. You can do what I did and just kind of sit it on there and then flip it so you can get both sides. After you wipe it off, make sure it's dry. Make sure it slides great. Go ahead and put the caliper bracket part on. Tighten it up so you're good to go there. Now this is the part where it was different. So this tool basically pushes in like the C-clamp, but it also turns the piston back, which is different obviously than the front, but very simple tool to use. I'll put a link in the description for the tool that we use so you can check it out. Go ahead and grease your pads just like the front. The rear has these springs on the back of the pads. They're just you kind of compress everything together. It's a little bit difficult. You kind of have to push it. As you see, Martin kind of slaps it there. But once you get it lined up, everything should go. And same routine as when you take them off. Put the adjustable on, spin the caliper bolt on, and then go ahead and put the wheel back on. Make sure that you spin the disc a little bit. I didn't do that on here, but make sure you spin the disc and make sure that there's no sounds before you put the wheel back on. Make sure everything's tight and you're good to go. Alright, so we got the brakes on. This is it's like a week or so after everything's been installed. I've been super busy. As you can see, the video actually took two parts because we didn't have the proper brake tool to do the rears, because the rears twist in as well as push in when you do them. So we couldn't just use the C-clamp, we had to twist it too. So I rented a tool, which you can do as well from Advanced or any of those type of places, and then return it once you're done. You get all your money back and all that stuff. But so I've driven the car for like a week or so with the front, and then it's been like a couple days with the rears, and it stops pretty good. It looks really cool. Shot a couple shots before this. It just gives it a cool little look with the drilled and slotted. I have a little air problem in the brake lines I'm gonna have to solve. But other than that, it came out pretty well. Pretty stoked on it. This was my first time doing brakes, so as you've seen at the beginning, I had my friend Martin from Marty Motoring help me out with the fronts, and then I tackled the rears. So it's my first time doing brakes. I did pretty good. We only had one little issue on the one side, which we fixed, but other than that, came out pretty good, and I'm pretty stoked. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video for more content, and I'll see you next one.